Look at that rice. Well, hey folks, welcome to Fork and Mug. Today we're going to be talking about a simple and easy way to create a pan of rice that not only does not stick to the pan, but it's also nice and fluffy. So I'll be using some basmati rice today. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this measured out. I'll be doing 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of liquid. Generally, we want to kind of stick to the ratio of 1 cup of rice per 2 cups of liquid. So now that the rice is poured into my nifty little rice rinsing, washing contraption here, we're going to go over to the sink and we're just going to rinse it out a few times. I'm just going to go through, fill it up with water, swirl it around, dump it out. And once you see that the water is running a little bit clearer, that means you've removed a lot of the excess starch. And removing that starch helps to go through and prevent the rice from sticking to each other, sticking to your pan, so on and so forth. So we're almost done rinsing the rice here, and then we'll go over to the pan. But I was just kind of wanting to go through and just give you a heads up of what to expect on the channel. So I don't like to really fry foods. I'm not a fan of using sugar. If I need to sweeten something, I prefer to use like allulose and monk fruit. So we've got some tasty things coming up soon. So I chose this particular pan because, as you can see, mistakes were made with this bad boy. So this thing's about a year old and it's seen a lot of action, and again, mistakes were made. So a lot of the non-stick surface is just not very good, but we're still going to be able to go through and get non-stick rice with this pan. So I'm going to start it off with, I'm just going to use some coconut oil. That's my preference. You can use anything like butter, beef tallow, olive oil, avocado, whatever. My preference is just to use some coconut oil, and then I'm just going to kind of swirl it around, coat the pan, make sure that's all nice and coated and shiny, and then we're just going to let the oil heat up for a little bit. And while we're waiting on the oil to heat up, what do y'all like to eat? What kind of cultural food, what kind of food in general? I plan on going through, and again, we're going to try our hands at a little bit of everything. I am in no means a professional cook or anything like that. I just like to cook for the family. And once you put the rice in, you're essentially just going to go through, move it around, make sure as much rice as you can gets coated in the oil, and then you're just going to kind of let it toast for a little bit. You're going to want to drop the heat here in a little bit, and then once the heat drops, you're going to get some aromatics shortly after that. And that's going to go through and like I said, you're going to smell, like for me, I smelled the sweetness of the coconut oil, and I smelled kind of the aroma of the rice being toasted. And once that's done, we're going to drop that liquid in, and the liquid itself, you're going to bring it to just a slight boil. Once that liquid starts just slightly boiling, you're going to put that top on. You're going to drop that heat down to a very low heat, and you're going to let it simmer for about 20 minutes. An easy thing to remember is you want to oil it, boil it, drop that heat, and simmer it. So now I think I'm going to put little tunes on while we wait on this to kind of wrap it up, and then I'll be right back with you once we go through and we're ready to kind of reveal the final product. All right, see y'all soon. This has been Fluffy Rice with Fork and Mug. Thank you for watching, and we'll see y'all the next time. Bye bye.